What's up, gamers? As some of you may know, I've been doing a short series for the past 2 months or so, and I've been doing daily Pokemon guessing game. But what if, in this video, I took on as many daily Pokemon guessing games as I could find? Well, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. You clicked on the video, it's probably in the title. So, we're gonna do exactly that. We're gonna play a bunch of Pokemon guessing games. So, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more cool videos that I'll probably make later. At the top of my screen, you'll notice we have 7 different games that we're going to take on today. But the first game we're going to start with is Pokedoku. For those familiar, Pokedoku is basically a grid game where the top and the one on the left come together, and you have to guess something that meets both of those criteria. So, for example, this first one in the top left corner is it has to be a fire type, and it also has to be a bug type. And there's at least 4 of those. I believe it's both the Sizzlipede line and the Volcarona line. And with this game, your goal is you want to guess what the least common answer is. However, in this case, there's only 4 possible answers, so it's kind of just we're going to roll the dice. I'm going to guess Sizzlipede since it's the first one I thought of. Yes, I'm sure. 15%. I think out of 4 answers, that's probably pretty good. Okay. Bug type Alola. The first thing that I thought of for this one was, what's that dude called? The Evolva Wimpod, Golisopod. I'm gonna pronounce a lot of Pokemon wrong in this, so don't flame me on that in the comments. My first thought was Golisopod. My second thought was Wimpod. What other bug types are in Alola? Because I'm gonna end up just putting one of those two if I can't. Ooh, wait, the Ultra Beast. Yeah, Buzzwole's also one. I swear there's another one's a bug type. I think I'm gonna throw Buzzwole out there. Surely no one's thinking Buzzwole, right? Maybe? I don't. I feel like one of the other Ultra Beasts is Bug, and I'm just forgetting which one it is. Or maybe it's not. Oh wait, no. What's the other Alolan Bug type is Vikavolt, right? So it's like Vikavolt, and then its pre-evolve forms. So that could be a good one too. I'm really just hoping it's kind of Alola. I don't know for a fact. That said, I know for a fact that Buzzwole is Alola, so maybe we just go with that and think people forgot about the legendary. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Okay, 6.8% out of probably like 8 answers. That's not bad. Gmax Bug, the only one I can think of is Scorch. No, because there's also Butterfree. It's Butterfree, Scorch, and somebody. I'm gonna put. I know Butterfree. I'm probably just gonna go with Butterfree. Yeah, let's just go with Butterfree. People are probably thinking Scorch because they thought of the first one, so maybe they saved it for this one. Okay, 47.8%. I bet there's only 2, because I bet the other one's Scorch. Let's see, Poison Fire type. That's gonna be Salazzle and Salandit. Is that the only Poison Fire type? I don't know of another one. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna go with Salandit or Salazzle. If this is a high percentage, that means it's probably only these 2. Let's go with Salandit. 33%. So there's probably 3, unless 67% of people said Salazzle. It wouldn't surprise me, though. Alola, poison type. Now, does it say Pokemon must originate from this region? So is Alolan Muck going to count for this? Because I know that's a poison type. And the other poison types from Alola are... Oh man, my Gen 7 knowledge is fried. What are the other poison types? Toxtricity is Gen 8. What's a poison type from Alola? It's not Quillfish. Ooh, what's Nihilego not a poison type, right? No. One of the Ultra Beasts is a poison type. I know it is. Ooh, actually, wait. Speaking of poison type, yeah, Naganadel, and Poipole. I wonder who's thinking about Poipole right now. I think we go with that. I think that'll be a good one. Okay, 10%, not bad. I think overall we're doing okay so far. Poison G Max, that is gonna be. It has a G Max form because somebody has Max Sludge. Oh, it's Garbodor, isn't it? Is there only one answer for this one? Is it only Garbodor? It's not. There's another one. Okay, well, I forgot it, but that was the first one that came to mind. It seemed like it's a good rarity score, so let's keep going. Firefighting type. There are so many of these. Generally, with this one, especially because there's a bunch of starter Pokemon that are firefighting, usually you'll just take like the middle evolution because that'll end up being the best guess somehow. Like my first thought was Combuskin. I guess I could go Pignite. I guess I could go. What's the other one? Monferno. Is Monferno a fighting type? I'm not even gonna question it. Firefighting. Is is it really only? There has to be something that's not a starter, right? Maybe it's not, but Combuskin is my Gen 3 homie, so we're going with Combuskin. 8.7. Okay. I'm curious to see what the lowest answers were. Alola fighting type. That is going to be. Man, I could have used Buzzwole if I didn't use it right here. What else is a fighting type from Alola? I know Crabrawler and Crabominable are. I know. Was Passimian an Alola Pokemon? Passimian's a fighting type. I just don't know if it came from Gen 7. I remember running into it in Gen 8. I feel like it is a Gen 7 Pokemon. Are people thinking about Passimian? Probably. Watch it's like a Gen 6 Pokemon. I don't even know Ball. I'm going to skip it for now. Okay. Fighting type Gmax. So that's going to be Machamp and. But I bet everyone knows Machamp. There has to be a second fighting type that people don't know about. Like, oh, wait, I got it. Urshifu, right? Urshifu has two Gmax forms. It's going to split the vote. So I'm thinking we'll go. What are we thinking? We'll go Rapid Strike today. 17%. Okay. Now, do I believe that Passimian's Alola, or should I just go Crabrawler? That's that's the all knowledge I'm lacking right now. I'm thinking we go Crabrawler. Oh wait, no. What was No wait, no. Grappaloct is Gen 8. What am I talking about? Crabrawler is the easy answer, and I don't have a better one. Fighting type. There's surely another fighting type from Alola that I'm forgetting about. I know there is. Guys, I sat here for like a minute and just thought to myself, and I don't know what the other fighting type from Alola is. I'm sure there is one. I'm just gonna go with Passimian because I'm gonna say it probably was Alola. Oh hey, it was. Okay. My grid was better than 82.4%. That's not bad. I kind of would have hoped for 90%, but let's see what the best answers were. Least common answers. Scorch Gmax. Okay, so Sense Scorch and Sizzlepea were about the same. Forgot you could throw Gmax in this category. Mega Go. Okay, I. This is me lacking knowledge. I didn't know it had a Mega. I haven't got to that point in the game yet. I also forgot about Ribombee. Raquanid. That's a good guess. I'm surprised more people didn't guess that. Sense Scorch or Beetle Gmax. Yeah. So there was three options, and we picked the most common one. That's unfortunate. Iron Moth is a poison and fire type. It sure is. Ganadel, Grimer. Oh, Nihilego was a poison type. I said Poiple. Venusaur, Gmax, Poison Gmax, Toxtricity. There were so many things that I could have said, and I said the most common answer. Oh boy. Pignite was the least common one. Combuskin was tied with Pignite for least common on that one, so that's good. Duffle, Marshadow, Pheromosa. There was an Ultra Beast. Abominable. Hakama. Oh my gosh. I know Como-O. I always forget this one is Hakamo-O. Quite the name. Passimian. More people remember Passimian than I thought. And Buzzwole. And then for this one, Urshifu Rapid Strike was the best answer. So, not a bad grid. Better than 84%'s not awful. But we could have done better. But now that that one's done, let's move on to our next game. I had to move my camera to the other side of the screen because for our second game, Pokedle, that their words are on the left, so we gotta be on the right. This is basically just Pokemon Wordle, where you have to figure out what Pokemon it is. I don't remember if you have 6 guesses or not. I haven't played this in a while, but it's all 9 generations, as you can see on the left side. And we're just gonna start with a Pokemon right in the middle. Let's start, oh, and maybe a double type so that we have an idea of what type it is. So let's start with Leavanny. It also says yesterday's was Flaffy, so that's something. It's a fully evolved Pokemon. This habitat is not going to give me any clue because I do not know that stuff. It's older than Gen 5, and it's a fully evolved Pokemon, but it's only a 2-stage because it's not a 3-stage. It's not bug or grass. So maybe we guess like a Gen 3 Pokemon that's a 2-stage evolution. And let's go with Sharpedo, perhaps, because it's also like an ocean habitat. We got the 2-stage evolution, fully evolved. It's not blue. It doesn't live in the water. It's older than Gen 3. So let's go Gen 1, maybe. What from Gen 1? Maybe a Gen 1 fire type, 2-stage. We'll go... I wanted to go Arcanine, but Arcanine only has 1 type. Is there another 2-stage that has 2 types, perhaps? This is where my Pokemon knowledge in general comes in because I need to see how many Pokemon I can remember off the top of my head. And right now, 2-stage. 2-stage, it's got to be not blue, not green, not yellow. On Steelix doesn't exist yet. That said, that's a Gen 2 Pokemon, and it would knock out 2 types if we put it. So let's try Steelix. And it's still that. The color is close to gray, and it's in Gen 2. We can work with this. It's in Gen 2. The color's close to gray, but not gray. Fully evolved, it's a 2-stage evolution. But it's not steel or ground, it's not dark. So this could be... What's a 2-stage? Gen 2. 2-stage. Does... I say does Blissey count, but I don't know. Is white close to gray, and that's why it says that? Blissey's a 2-stage evolution, fully evolved. It's not any of these types that we've said. Then is white close to gray? I'm not sure. Let's try it and see what happens. It is not a normal type. I forgot that Blissey was a 3-stage. Guys, pretend I didn't say that. It's not pink or white, though. We got that. I figured because it was Gen 2, it would only go by, like, what Pokemon existed when Gen 2 was out. So it would only have been Chansey and Blissey. I forgot Happiny was a thing. My bad. Okay. But we've eliminated a lot of colors. It's close to gray, but it's not white. So it could be black, maybe, because that's also close to gray. It's black. It could be black, and it's a 2-stage. I'm thinking... What am I thinking? What's black that's a 2-stage in Gen 2? What's even a 2-stage in Gen 2? Ariados? Furret? Actually, Furret's brown and white, but it's not a normal type either. A couple dark types Gen 2 because they introduced the dark type. Umbreon is black, but it's also yellow. I wonder if they consider it black and yellow. But it's also not a dark type. I'm an idiot. So it's not a dark type, but if it's... Could it be black and not be a dark type? What else is close to gray? Is there like a light gray category? It's Gen 2. It's a 2nd stage. And it's a full evolved at a 2nd stage. Scizor is red. It's not anywhere close to any of these colors. But we also know it's not a steel type. What other? I know like Hitmontop, Brown. Know that what unknown that doesn't evolve. At this point, I'm just trying to see if I can name the whole Gen 2 Pokedex. Okay, I don't think this is going to get me any closer to the answer, but because we have one more guess, I want to knock some types out, so maybe this will help. I remembered that Magcargo exists, and will that get us any closer? That's the real question. I did not know that it played a cool little sound effect. Oh, you guys also didn't hear that sound effect because I have desktop audio muted. Oh, okay. So gray meant not that it was close to gray, but it meant that it could be gray and another color because Macargo is gray and red, so that makes sense. Okay. Well, we got today's Pokedle in 5. Well, we got it. Let's move on to our next game, shall we? So, our third game that we're going to play here is called Squirdle, which I assume is very similar to Pokedle. I played it like once, but I knew it existed, so I figured I would throw it in this video. Kind of the same concept. We're going to throw a Pokemon in here, and it's going to tell us how close we are. And it would be really funny if Macargo was the answer for this one too. So I'm going to guess that as our baseline, and we'll go from here. The cool thing about this one is it knocks out types based on what you guess. So, for example, I guess Macargo, neither of the types are the same. It's a newer generation. It's taller and it's weighs less. I don't know how much Macargo weighs. Apparently, it weighs 55. So it weighs less, it's taller, and it's newer. Let's go with. How much does Lucario weigh? It does weigh less. That would work. Sure, let's try it. It's still newer. It's neither type, but we eliminated those types. And it's taller than Lucario, and it weighs less than Lucario. Okay. Okay, sure. So let's go to Gen 6, maybe? What's a Gen 6 Pokemon that's pretty light but pretty tall? How about... Actually, forget Gen 6. How much does Xurkitree weigh? Too much? Okay. What about Nihilego? Too much. What about Pheromosa? Bug fighting, but we already used fighting type and we know that it's not. That's a good tall Pokemon though. Celesteela wouldn't be in here either. Artana's not very tall. Trying to think of what are some lanky fellas that don't weigh that much. Like, how much does... No, Incineroar wouldn't be it. What about Primarina? Primarina weighs 44 kg. It's 1.8 tall. Lucario is 1.2 tall, so I guess it could be Primarina because we haven't guessed a water or fairy yet. Let's check it. Okay, the weight is correct. How is that going to help me, though? We don't know the type. Ooh, it's older than Gen 7. And it's shorter than Primarina. Interesting. Okay, okay. And it's also not a water fairy type. So what types are left? And why is this... Wait, does Gourgeist have different heights? So it's taller than Lucario, which is 1.8, and it's shorter than Primarina, which is... No, 1.2 for Lucario, 1.8 for Primarina, and it's the exact same weight as Primarina, but it's just older, and it's shorter than Primarina. I don't know anything about Pokemon weights, so this might be a bit of a challenge. What about Poltegeist? Poltegeist weighs nothing and is not very tall because it's just a haunted tea kettle. What about like when Gen was Indeedee? It was probably Gen 7. Probably wasn't. It could also be Gen 5. I can't forget Gen 5 right now. Joltik is the first Pokemon I thought of for Gen 5. That is not a good guess. Beartic is way too heavy. What about Cubchoo? Too short. Gotta be right in the middle. What about 51 for Sock? That's pretty close. 1.4. We know it's exactly 44, so should I start guessing other stuff even though it's not 44 just so I can maybe get the typing? Or should I just start looking for things that are exactly 44? Volcarona is 46. That's tough. It's also bug fire, so we already guessed fire. Ground type. What's the ground type? It was a ground dark type. That was Crocodile. Crocodile weighs 93. Krokorok weighs 34. What about Creogonal? I don't know. Creogonal weighs 148 kilograms. That's a heavy snowflake. That's all I gotta say about that. What else is a Gen 5 Pokemon that I'm forgetting about? Golurk is Gen 5. Brown Ghost 2.8. Yeah, no, Golurk's way too big. What about Golett? How tall is Golett? 1 meter tall, but it's 92 kilograms, so Golett also out of the question. What else? What else is Gen 5? What does Pignite weigh? Well, we already used... Let's look at our types. What is Leavanny? We typed in Leavanny before. Height's in the right range, but too light. 44. What's Whimsicott weigh? Probably not that much. Whimsicott is tiny. Okay, what else? What else? What else? What else? We've got Scolipede, maybe? Scolipede weighs so much. Oh my goodness. Okay, Whirlipede. Whirlipede is 58. What is Galvantula? I don't even know. 14. What about psychic types? What about flying types? Braviary's probably way too big. Oh, it weighs 41 and it's a normal flying. You know what? I'm going to throw it in there just because we have an extra guess. We get 9 guesses. And Braviary is the exact height. So it's 1.5 tall and 44 weight. And it's the right generation, so it's a Gen 5 Pokemon. Okay. So what weighs as much as Primarina is as tall as Braviary and is in Gen 5 and is one of these remaining types? What do we still have left? Like Elgium? Elgium? 0.59, no. And then Behem is probably 1 meter tall, 34.5. What else? There's another ice type, Vanillish, Vanillux, Vanillite, 1.3, 54, 1.1, 41. So it's 1.5 and 44. I've been sitting here for like 2 minutes drawing a blank because I can't think of the whole Pokedex, so I think I'm just going to put another guess in just to eliminate some types. Because if we can get it down to the type, maybe I can figure it out. So let's eliminate... I don't need to eliminate Hydreigon because I know it's not. Let's just get some types out of here. Let's just throw... It's not Galvantula, but I'm going to throw it out there because I want the types gone. Perfect. Okay. And then let's throw another guess out here. Let's do... I'll throw Crocodile out there just to eliminate those types as well. We are on Ice. Is there any Ice combined with another one? If I do Kyurem, it'll get rid of Ice and Dragon. Wait, Crocodile is also 1.5 tall? Interesting. So now we're down to Psychic, Grass. Let's throw Superior out here. That'll get rid of Grass. It's a Grass type. Okay. But it's a Grass type as type 2. So it's Grass and something else. Grass and what? Not... Is there a Grass Psychic type in this gen? I don't think so. Grass Poison, there's plenty of those. Like Amoonguss. But it's not Amoonguss. At least I don't think. Wait. What? Okay. First of all, you get 9 guesses on this game. That I'm not confused about. What I am confused about... Oh, no, I get it. Superior's first type is grass, and its second type is nothing. So that meant it was a single type Pokemon, and I just had to guess which one it was. So me putting this was a dumb answer. Okay, I understand it now. By the way, the answer was Gothitelle. You realize how many Pokemon they introduced in Gen 5? It's a lot. They tried to make just that game the whole Pokedex. That was a cool game, though, and we're going to move on to our next one. Now, this game is a game I have a lot of fun playing. This is Statle, and you've probably seen it maybe in shorts, maybe in other people posting it, but basically, you try to guess the highest stat for every Pokemon, and then it adds together and you get a total. And I see most content creators try to get above 600 for the day. Sometimes it's just not even possible, but let's do that. Let's set 600 as our baseline, and let's see if we can do it today. So starting with Gardevoir, I believe Gardevoir's best stat is either special attack or special defense. The only question is whether or not we'll get something with higher special attack later, but Gardevoir's is like 120 maybe, so I think we'll just go with that. As a BST Guesser person, I know a lot of base stats. Hopefully it helps me in this game, because this game is all about guessing the right stats. Crobat's best stat is speed. Golbat probably doesn't have much else. We're going to guess speed. For a second, I thought I guessed special defense. That would have been awful. 90 is not great, but it is better than its other stats. Maybe I could have gone attack. It's okay, because this next spin, this will be an easy one. We may be cooked. Oh no. Please tell me Ladybug has as much special defense as Ladian. Okay, wait, hold on. 80 is not bad. We can work with that. And let's get something massive this next spin. I thought we could work with it. Let's just go like defense and hope we get Blissey. Wow, that was still the best stat. Have I gotten the best stat for every Pokemon so far? Let's roll it one more time and stop here. Magearna. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Magearna is a special attacker, so I don't think the attack stat is going to be that good. I don't know what the HP stat is. It's probably over 100. I'm going to say its HP is higher. I was wrong. Well, we need a physical attacker right now. We need something with the highest attack stat in the game. Definitely not that. Unfortunately, we're not getting 600. I don't even know if it was possible with this selection. No, this was a really low scoring day. The highest was 514. And that's if you guessed that. Man, you know what? Because I like this game and because that was a bad one, I think we should do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do one more time. I like this game. I do not know Wiglet's stats. It's probably fast. It's like Doug Trio. That is correct. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Let's get to our second spin. We got Herdier. I think Herdier has decent attack. 80's not bad. We need some heavy hitters here, though. I know Titan, for some reason, has a massive HP stat. That's what I know. Yep. Massive. That's huge for our total right now. And we get to Carkol. Carkol's pretty balanced all around. It's either special attack or special defense, I think. I'm going to go special defense because we might get a higher special attacker later. Okay, it was physical defense. That might hurt us. It might not. Let's see if we can get 100 back to back. This is definitely special attack. Yeah. We got 100. We just need 80 points and we'll hit 600. 80 points in defense, I think. I don't think Jinx has 80 defense. I don't think it does. It had 35 defense. That's tough. Had I taken... I wonder if I had taken Carkol. We're going to do it one more time because I want to get above 600. We're going to get above 600 in a run. This is going to be attack. Gifter's an attacker. That's all it does. Ferrothorn, that could be defense or special defense. I don't remember which one's higher. I'm going to go special defense. It was physical defense. Good number to have either way. Oricorio. Oricorio is probably speed or special attack. I think they're both 90 something. Try speed. 93 versus 98. That's fair. Get to our next one. This is a spoiler. I haven't even seen this one yet, but hey, Mega Staraptor's in the game. Unfortunately, I don't have attack or speed available, so that kind of sucks. Maybe they gave it some special attack? No, they didn't. Yeah, I folded. Defense. If we get 101 HP, we can still do this. Give me something with a high HP stat right here. That's not enough. That's only 70. We're gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna keep going until we get one that's 600. Blackoth is not a good start. Yeah. Not great. Brambleghast. I don't even know what a Brambleghast is, bro. Galarian Articuno is my guy. Special attack. Thank you. Drapion? That's gonna be a... Oh, I forgot. I'm pretty sure I got that one right and guessed the Pokemon too, but I forgot it has a higher defense stat than attack stat. The Dunsparce. This wasn't the run. 490 and the best was 567. That wasn't happening. Celebi has 100 everything. Let's just take a stat. Let's take HP because I don't know if we're going to get higher than that. We'll get Blastoise. Blastoise is pretty balanced. I'm going to say special defense. Yeah. We get Linoone speed. 100 speed. Perfect. We're going to get Makuhita, which has... Makuhita has like decent attack stat for some reason. This is, I believe, a physical attacker, so we're going to take the defense stat. 98 defense for that. Not bad. Sarina, you showed me something. We need something with absolutely massive special attack for this to be possible. That was almost enough. I don't think it has 125, though. It has 145. It was enough. We're so here. We got 608. Let's go. Hey, it only took us 4 tries. That wasn't bad. And hey, Statle is a pretty fun game. I could probably do that daily if there weren't already 800 people doing it daily. But for now, let's move on to our next game. I had to move the game over for this one because it takes up almost the whole screen. This one is called Guess Pokemon Stats by Infinite Monkey Labs. And you guys know how I do Guess the Pokemon every day on BST Guesser? Well, this is essentially that, but the opposite of that. So it'll give me the Pokemon, and I have to put exactly what the Pokemon stats are. I have a feeling this is going to take me a couple tries. I'm going to keep going until we get one right, which may take a while unless my boy Salamence comes up, in which case it'll be over immediately. I'm going to hit random until I think I have a Pokemon I know. I'm not getting Gulpin right, bro. And before you say it, yeah, Gulpin D's. Okay, yeah, we get it. You're really funny. Thundurus Incarnate. This one I know it has 125. And then I know it has... The speed is like 101. I think. And then for some reason it also has 101 attack. And then it has less defenses. I don't know how much less defenses. We have to get down to 580, so I'll say it has 80 in both. I just go over here and do this. Boop. So if it has 80 in both, then let's take off 4 HP. I don't think this is correct, but I'm curious. The 125 was correct. It was 111 speed. Okay. I do not know Cosmog stats. If you know Cosmog stats, you may need to... You're insane. Brava, no. Absolutely not. Keldeo, Resolute. There you go, buddy. Just kidding. Oh. Wait. I think I know this one. Okay. 200. It's 200, and then it's 100, 100. But what is the rest of it? Is it 50 or 55 speed? And then the attack stat, I believe, is 55. And then we just lower the HP until it makes sense. This might be right. And I really hope it is. We had this on an episode. I don't remember how long ago it was, but I know it has 200 for a fact. I know it has 100, 100. I just don't know these other ones, and I hope that this is correct. Oh, man. It was so close. I was off by 5 points. The attack was 5 lower, the HP was 5 higher. I'm not guessing Chimchar. Marina, I feel like I should know because that's one of my favorite Pokemon, but nah. Zamazenta Crowned. No clue. No clue. Pignite, nope. Deoxys Speed. I believe it has... Is the speed 180 on Deoxys Speed? It might be. But if it's... And it's like 90 everything else. It's either 90 or 95. And the HP is not that high, I don't think. I don't think it's this, but if it was, that'd be cool. 50 HP. It was 95, 90, 95, 90. Okay. 90% correct. Baxcalibur Mega. Hey, spoiler, I haven't got to this in ZA yet. Parablast, no clue. Oh man, this thing has so many stats and I don't know what any of them are. You know what? I know what one of them is. That's one of them. The rest of them, I have no idea. Groddle, no. Tinkatuff, no. Kricketune. That one came up and guessed the Pokemon, but if you think I remember its stats off the top of my head, it's just a bad bug type. That's what it is. If I hit guess, it was a lot farther away than I thought. Fletchling, no. Pawniard, no. Cyclizar has also been on an episode. I don't remember what its stats were. Quagsire. Quagsire might have like 100 HP and then like more attack. And it's got less speed. It's kind of a blob. I just want to guess this because I want to know how close it is. 76%. Just like Fallout 76. Why is Tyrogue always in that pose? Shelder, no. Kadabra. I don't think I would get the other ones right. I think I could get the special attack and speed right. This one was on an episode like less than a week ago. But I remember it being on that episode because the stats were perfectly balanced and it had so many stats, but it wasn't great at anything. So I couldn't tell you what they are. This is something I caught and never used again. I do not know what Raichu Mega Y stats are. Snorunt. Is Snorunt actually 50 across the board? If I hit guess, is this correct? It sure is. I knew that because Glalie is 80 across the board. I just figured Snorunt had to be the same. But yeah, this game, incredibly hard. You have to actually know the stats. And I don't know. I have a general idea of how it is. Let's move on to our next game. Now, this game is a game that I found because every time I make a BST Guesser video, I have to look up the Pokemon Cries so that I can put it in the video. So when I get it right or wrong, it plays the cry. So I usually download those. But then I saw this game. And basically, you hit play, and it'll play the Pokemon's cry. You can even select the generation. I think if you select each generation, it'll only do Pokemon from that generation. So, I'm gonna flex on you guys real quick. Let me show you how quick I can get this Gen 3 one right. First cry, that's Combuskin. Second cry, that's Electric. That's Latios. That's Latios. That's Registeel. That's Surskit. That's Marshtomp. That's Vigoroth. That's Swellow. That's Illumise. 10 out of 10. If anyone ever asked what I know the most about Pokemon-wise, just tell them Gen 3. Just say Gen 3. But we're going to play the game again because I want to see if I can do that with any other gen. So, what other gen should we try? Let's try Gen 9. I don't think I'm going to get Gen 9 right. I don't know anything about Gen 9, so let's do it. Let's hear the first one. What the hell was that? Maybe I shouldn't do Gen 9. Yeah, that's Dollar, bro. That sounds like Chenpao if I've ever heard it. It's definitely It didn't sound like Iron Bundle, but probably is. I have no idea what that is. That sounds... That's Sinistra. That's Lechonk. That's disgustingly horrifying. I feel like I would hear that in the back rooms. That sounds like Squawkabilly. Sure, that's Ogie Dogie, man. That is not Gimmighoul. Okay, 8 out of 10 for Gen 9 is not awful. I thought I would be much worse than that. Let's play one more gen. I want to see if I could do it in Gen 4. I bet I could do Gen 4. Alright, hit me. That's Ambipom. Jinx. Chimchar. Mesprit. What the hell was that? Is that Mime Jr.? That's what its Cries sounds like? Sure, man. That's Azelf. Bastiodon. I love Cherrim's Cry. It's so silly. That's Carnivine. That is evil. Okay, if anyone asks what I'm good at, apparently I'm also good at Gen 4. Gen 1? I want to do one run in Gen 1. Because some of the Pokemon Cries are so similar that if they do a similar one, it's gonna be hard. Let's see what we got. Yeah, see, what is that supposed to be, bro? That's Wheezing. That is Dragonite. That's Weedle. That's Flareon. Pikachu. Dratini. That's Magnemite. Nidoran. Wait. Raticate. Doduo. Golem. 9 out of 10. Oh, it was Grimer. Gen 1 is the gen where there was like a data thing where they could only have so much, so some of the Pokemon Cries ended up being the same. Gen 1's always been so hard. Anyway, I think that'll just be our shortest game. We'll move on to our final game, which you guys are very familiar with. You know what? I'm just kidding. Let's run it back. Let's do one in every generation and see how many I can get 10 out of 10 on. Gen 2. Run it. That's Entei. That's Ariados. That's Sentret. Politoed. Hoppip. Ladybug. Probably Stantler. No. Ursaring? Stantler? Ursaring? Stantler. Wooper. That sounds like a Pineco to me. That's Noctowl. 10 out of 10 in Gen 2. What can I say? The old games, that's my bread and butter right there. Alright, Gen 5. That's Mienshao. Yep. What the hell was that? One of these two Pokemon sounds like that? Sure, man. That's Klinklang. That's Boldore. That's Verzion. That's Behiam. What was that? That's either Cryogonal or Stunfisk. It sounded a little electric. It's probably Stunfisk. Yeah, I don't think it was Stunfisk. That was Dewott. If that's not Cofagrigus, I swear. Parablast? 8 out of 10 in Gen 5. Okay, I should have picked Leavanny. That's fair. I forgot that Stunfisk just sounds like a fart. Okay, that makes sense. What else we got? We gotta go do Gen 6 next. A Spupa, if I've ever heard it. That's the most Aurora sound of all time. That's spooky as heck. Probably Gourgeist. That's Deancey, if I've ever heard it. Pyroar. Probably Zygarde. Pangoro. Oh, it sounds like a flower, doesn't it? That's Inkay. I've heard that one too many times. I just realized this video is going to be hell for me to edit if these are all too loud. I might just exclude this game. We'll see. Gen 7. Let's get it. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do myself a favor. I'm going to turn this down. It's at minus 13. I'm going to put it like minus 20 because I bet they're going to be too loud. So, let's do that. Gen 7. Sure. That's Stuffle. Sounds like Solgaleo. Man. Yukamuku. If that ain't Magirna. That ain't Brion. That's Passimian. That's... Listen, I definitely got one of those wrong. 9 out of 10. Oh, it was Melmet. How many of you guys have actually heard Melmetal's cry in-game? I bet it's not a lot of people. Alright, last one. We're gonna do Gen 8. Who's ready for Gen 8? Let's get it. That's Cinderace. That's... something. It might be Barraskewda, who knows? What is that? That sounds like Grapplocked. Does Grimmsnarl sound like that, or is that Enamor? I don't know what Enamor sounds like. I don't think I ever caught it. That's the Mr. Fish. It sounded like a wolf, so it's Zamazenta. Now I'm confused. I thought the last one was Mr. Fish. That's really Coley. So it was Phalanx, it was Regidrago, and it was Enamorous, and I got Mr. Fish and Mr. Rhyme right. Okay. Hey, I think I got more right than I thought I would, but that was cool. That was fun. And with that, let's move on to our final game. Welcome back to BST Guesser, where we're going to guess the Pokemon based on... No, I'm not doing the whole intro for this. But we're actually doing something different on BST Guesser today, because when I usually record the episodes, I do the infinite mode. And today I thought it'd be cool if we just did the daily mode. And I show you how the game is actually supposed to be played and not give myself one guess for everything. However, this first Pokemon's really easy. This is Latios. I recognize 130 and 110 anywhere. Yup, next one. 130 attack. This could be anything. I have no idea what this is. So how this usually works is you put in a guess, and it'll tell you you're wrong, but eventually it'll tell you... I guess your goal in the daily challenge is to get... Your goal is to get in as few guesses as possible, but it'll start giving you hints the more you get wrong. So, for example, what else has 130 attack? I have no idea, but I'm going to say it's like Seismitoad, even though it's not, because then it'll tell me that it's a dark type. And now that I know it's a dark type, I can go, okay, dark type, pure dark type with 130 attack. Well, that has to be... Not going to be Mightyena. Mightyena doesn't have that attack. I'm going to throw Mightyena in there, even though it's not Mightyena, because I want to see what the ability is. Pressure. It's Absol. Gotcha. Next Pokemon, 110. Got 474 total, 110, 85 HP, 76 defense, 65, 82, and 56. I wish I had read them out all before. That would have been smart. This looks like... What does this look like? This looks like 110, it's 474. I'm going to say this is... We're just going to throw some guesses out here. And this is why I don't typically play the game, because what you could do is you could just throw 3 guesses in here, get the type, find out that there's Ghost Grass, and then go, oh yeah, it's Trevenant. This is why I give myself one guess. If I had 3 guesses every time, this game would be so easy. This one, 495, 95, 124, 78, 69, 71, 58. 124 attack. So we're thinking... What are we thinking? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? We're thinking... We're thinking this is Throw. We're thinking this is Conkeldurr. We're thinking this is a fighting dark type, which means it's Pancham, or no, Pangoro. Fighting dark, Pangoro. Yup. See how easy it is when it gives you the type? If it gives you the type, it's over. That's why I try to do it in one guess. I do knowledge off the dome. And our last Pokemon, 505, 90, 90, 100, 80, 90, 55. And it's not Nidoking, and it's not Nidoqueen, but it is a water ice type, which means that this is Lapras. Nope, it's got water absorb, which means that this is Dugong. Nope. It could be, what's that one from Gen 8? Not Dracovish, not Dracozolt. Oh, what's the big whale looking one? What else is a water ice type? Walreign's water ice, but I don't think it has water absorb. No, I think it's that thing. Oh, it's Arcto whatever. Arctovish. That's probably it. Yup. And that's 5 out of 5. It took us 16 guesses total, which pretty much equates to 3 per Pokemon, even though I got a couple in one guess. It's not bad, I guess, right? But yeah, so that was all the daily Pokemon games that I was aware of and that I found easily. So, hey, thanks for watching this video, and come back if you want to see more, and also check out my shorts, because I play Guess the Pokemon every day. And that's all I got, so peace out.